Welcome to the European 9-Ball Championship Final 2021 between two true heavyweights of European pool talent. Heavyweight in talent, about featherweight in body mass, I would imagine. Joshua Filler versus Sanjin Pehlivanovic, race to 9, alternate break, 9-ball racked on the spot. Here we go. Sanjin to break first. Looking to make the 1-ball and the orange 5 in the corner, or the green 6 in this case, other corner ball. Draws cue ball straight back to the long rail like that, and then that bit of right spin should take it to the center of table. That's about a textbook cut break, I can tell you. Although that 2-ball is only bankable, or is it cuttable inside? My name is Rico, and I'll be narrating you through this landscape of rotational pool here held in Antalya, Turkey. So is he going to play safe as a first shot? I mean, he would love to run out and not let Joshua hit to the table even. But a safety it is, although he didn't find cover. And it's showing Joshua the left half of that blue ball. But really difficult. He's pointing where he'd love to bring his cue ball back to, but that's a very thin cut. And then you're going to open up the 1-ball. So he's choosing to find cover behind the pink 4. But that's he needs such a good speed control of A, the object ball, and B, the cue ball, and kind of achieved neither. So first chance to Sanjin, and this will be Sanjin's first ever European pool final, so nerves will be jangling in Sanjin's body. So a good bit of body movement there. Did you see that first pot? Joshua, of course, I mean, he looks about 16, but already very established on the world pool scene as a absolute, well, top 10 player in the world. Especially on the form he's shown the last few years. And Sanjin, right behind there in Europe, very young age, up and coming, hungry, well trained. Joshua, of course, the favorite for this final, but that favorite tag is sometimes way heavy, and sometimes the underdog with, well, less to lose can sometimes spring a surprise. So let's see, as you have noticed from the title that you see in the bottom of your screen, the clues in the title, this will be a pretty dramatic finale to this final. So wait to the end, but a lot of quality all the way throughout, I can tell you. So this is about a textbook run out from Sanjin after he created that chance. I mean, didn't really get the full ball snooker, but still enough difficulty for Joshua to have to give up a chance. And this is going to be first blood to Sanjin Pehlivanovic. And then we're going to see Joshua's cut break. So the players on the cut break are not trying to hit the 1-ball full on, as I used to be able to do or have to do when the 1 was racked on the spot. But they're trying to cut the 1-ball ever so slightly on its inside. So you're trying to push the kissed cue ball into the corner. And they're trying to push the corner ball there into the corner pocket and the 1-ball into the side. Anyway, more about that later. So here we are. Joshua's had 2 shots already. A bit complaining in his chair, as you can see. And Sanjin, great start to his European Championship final. And as you can see, wants to have quite a bit of angle to maneuver himself from red to pink 4. But thereafter, a straight in position on the 5 ball will give him straight in position on the 6. So after this 3 to 4 cue ball maneuver, might not be all that difficult. Now let me tell you how these two players got to this stage. I can tell you that I'm just looking up the draw. Alright, so to get into the last 64 single elimination stage, Sanjin Pehlivanovic beat Ferdi Ozdemir 9 racks to 6. And in that same round, Joshua Filler lost a final rack decider against Francisco Candela from Italy, 9-8. So Joshua then went into the last chance saloon, had to win one more match to qualify. Sanjin already in that single elimination stage. In that round, Joshua came up against Alvaro Canoniga, and there Joshua prevailed 9-6. So that got us to the 64 players standing single elimination stage. In that round, Sanjin beat João Sousa from Portugal 9-0, gave him the donut. Joshua on the other side of the draw, let me just find him. Ooh. There he is. Joshua beat Christopher Lentz 9-3 to get into the last 32 players. As we can see, Sanjin coolly running out these last 3 balls. Sanjin continued his onslaught onto the remaining players, and in that round he beat Onuch Altur 9-1. So in 2 matches, 19 racks, only lost 1. Pretty impressive to get into the last 16. Joshua, what did Joshua do? Just scrolling through the draw. Joshua beat Michael Schneider from Switzerland 9-6. In the last 16, Sanjin beat Mariusz Skonecki from Poland. As we can see, Sanjin's cut break, another textbook cut break. Wow. Made the 1 ball and the corner ball. He's got an excellent shot on the 2. Joshua already shaking his head in the right side of your screen. Can drift his cue ball in a natural fashion into the rail and back out for a shot on the 3. Would like a bit of an angle on the red 3, so it's maneuverable towards the orange 5. That's a bit straight. And I imagine he's going to draw his cue ball back with bottom left spin. Try to spin it back to where it's coming from, into the rail, and then let the left spin take over and spin it towards the right side of the 5 ball. Beautiful shot there. Dead straight wouldn't be ideal, but he's got a tiny angle so that he can guide it to where his cue is pointing now, which would give him an ideal angle to roll the 6 in and then roll his cue ball 2 or 3 rails around the 8-9. So this looks pretty fancy, but it's a very standard 3 rail position. Into the bottom left, into the bottom rail first, off of the long left rail, letting the right spin take over. Like a bit of an angle on the 7, so it's maneuverable, and that looks pretty good. And now with a bit of, well, if we look at the cue ball as a clock face, I would imagine 4 o'clock tip position he's going to give it. So stun it straight into the bottom rail and then let the right spin take over and bring it back to where his hand is now to hit the 2nd rail. Beauty. Alright, so in the last 16, as Sanjin is about to take a 3-0 lead. Whew, what a start for him. Last 16, as I said, Sanjin beat Mariusz Skonecki 9-3. In that round, Joshua Filler beat Thomas Kaplan, another Polish player. So both beat Polish hopes for a European 9-ball title. That's where he puts Joshua's break. Didn't make the corner ball. It's going to end up dry. And didn't make the 3-point rule either. So you'll see Sanjin giving table control back, or he has a chance to give table control back to Joshua, or the table situation. Couldn't really call it control with this cue ball position. Why can he give it back? There's a 3-point rule in effect. The 3-point rule means that to make it a legal break and to stop players breaking soft and controlling all the balls, every ball made on the break is 1 point, and every ball that passes the breaking line, so the line that they're breaking from, counts as 1 point. Joshua made no balls and made no balls past that breaking line, so then Sanjin can give the table back. Joshua could have still pushed out, but thought this safety was a better option, and as it turns out, you have to say he was right. Nice execution there. Did leave an easy kick, and I think Sanjin's going to try to stop his cue ball where the 1 ball is now, and send the 1 ball maybe to hit the red 3 and find cover behind the 3-6 or just behind the 6. Medium speed. Bit of body movement from Sanjin there. Still a bit nervous. Good kicking by Sanjin. So he's playing so well so far at the start of this final. I mean, often you would say, you know, nerves might get the better of you in the beginning. You kind of have to settle in. Sanjin dealing with it all remarkably well. Wow, what a riposte from Joshua Filler there. Excellent. So Sanjin's going to come off the same rail that Joshua came off. But Sanjin only has a full ball hit, or left side of the 1 ball to hit. And then kind of wants to roll it at a slow speed to kind of find separation and cover behind the red 3. Oh, that's too wide. So here we go. The first, well, can you call it an open chance with the 1 ball there? But at least ball in hand for Joshua. Wow, is there an attacking option that is safe to go for? So quarterfinals time, Sanjin beat Francisco Diaz-Pizarro, a Spanish veteran, 9-4, and Joshua Filler beat the Dutch pool legend, that is Niels Fine, in a final rack decider, 9-8. Whew. Squeezed through that one. And in the semi-finals, Sanjin beat Pius Labutis from Lithuania 9-7, and Joshua beat up-and-coming Polish player Sebastian Batkowski 9-6. And so they came to the final to square off and cross cues to decide who is the best European 9-ball player, well, of this tournament anyway. Gold medal up for grabs, and a lot of honor, I can tell you. Wow, great kick shot by Sanjin there. Wasn't easy to hit that one with the 1 ball. So in the middle of the table. Nice cut in the side. Also, Joshua must have spotted a 2-9 combo here, or else he would have not left his cue ball there. Needs to be made though, and can easily be missed. Alright, Joshua up and running. Most often, almost literally. Sanjin to break though. So Sanjin plays his cards right. Joshua won't come to the table, and he would still have a 4-1 deficit to crawl back from. Beautiful cut break. I mean, he keeps making the corner ball and the 1 ball. Pretty natural position on the 3. So any kind of near half ball shots that the players are faced with, the cue ball will always react naturally at about 25 to 35 degrees max. And that, with a bit of right spin, will guide his cue ball around the 7, 8, 9 situation there. And back off the left rail. A bit of body movement again by Sanjin there. So it's not totally comfortable yet. Of course, this may very well be his most important match of his pool life. Pretty straight in on 4 would do. Can handle an angle as well. You can see when when Sanjin executes the shot, he kind of leans his head to the left in his last stroking moment. I mean, really not advised to do that when you're teaching somebody. Standing still, one of the first rules of any kind of billiard game. But of course, nerves sometimes get the better of you and almost trying to will the ball in physically. As we can see Joshua look on. Pia Filler in the left background there, checking the cleanliness of her nails. And next to Pia Filler you will see Günter Geisen, legendary German top player of about 20 years ago, but morphed himself into a pretty nifty coach. And he's the national coach of the German team, but also Joshua's personal coach from the last few years. Okay, so Sanjin with a lot more angle than he would have liked. So he's going to hit his cue ball at about 5 o'clock tip position and bring it straight over to the left side, hit that rail, and then bounce out to the center of table. As you can see again, in the shot, he leans his head towards the left slightly. I mean, not on the shots where he's certain on and confident with. I don't think he'll do that in this shot per se. It's something to pay attention to. Should it get to like the ladder racks of the final, or maybe even a final rack decider, which is what I'm hoping for. Alright, so Sanjin holding his nerves together after that perfect start. 4-1 is going to be his lead. He's almost over the halfway point. Race to 9, remember, is what the players are looking for the gold medal, the title, and the honor. Alright, Joshua this time made the corner ball, also made the 1. Oh, lovely kiss on the 2. So these European Championships held annually, and it's really a festival of pool where you play first straight pool, and then I believe it's 10 ball, then you play 8 ball, and then you play 9 ball, and there's also a national team event going on. So a lot of matches to be played, a lot of, well, I've played, this used to be my favorite tournament kind of, because you're hanging out with so many different countries, meeting lots of new people from different backgrounds, and yeah, I thought it was so much fun always, besides it being nerve-wracking because you're having so many matches, so many wins, so many losses, a lot of tense moments, and especially playing in the team competition where you're playing and, you know, representing your country even more so, and your pool friends or your pool colleagues. The team competition for me was the most satisfying, to be honest. Alright, so illegal break by Sanjin. So he made the 1 ball, made a 2nd ball, but thereafter no ball passed the line from which he broke. And so control to Joshua. He's not going to give it back. Ooh, that kiss on the 9 might have been quite handy. How do you escape from this? Well, you'll hit it. But how do you get away with it? So he's jumping it. It's going to need to find cover in a fairly random way, but behind one of these balls remaining on the table. Or distance at least, and no potting. Ooh. Alright, so I think the 6 is covering up. So all Joshua has, he can make it in the right side pocket, but then his cue ball naturally goes towards the black. So he's going to have to add bottom right spin. Wow, what a shot. Dynamic shot of the match so far for sure. Great pot. And that will put Joshua in good stead. And we'll wake him up and fire him up to make a comeback in this final, because it's not been going his way, as you will have seen. This though should be pretty standard. Although that little cue ball movement forward wasn't necessary or desired. And now has to stun his cue ball into position for the black 8 rather than being able to roll it into a natural position. That should do the trick. So this tournament usually a 8-9 day affair to get through all these disciplines, and then there's also a Euro Tour attached usually as well. So a lot of these players will be in this hotel for 2 weeks, and then you can kind of go crazy, I can tell you, if you don't make sure you regularly go outside, get fresh air, or maybe go into town and get a different view than just the pool arena, the buffet dining room in the hotel, back to your room, back to the arena. You know, you really have to switch things up. Alright, so Joshua with a beautiful cut break made the 1 ball, and that 2 ball's always racked random, so you never really know. It's hard to play, or it's impossible to play position on it. So Joshua opting for the safety. That 6 ball came out further than he wanted for sure, but the cue ball has good speed and direction. So Sanjin again going to be bringing out the jump cue to hit the 2 ball, but again no pot available, no direct safety, no bank, or no carom on the 6 either. I might carom the 6 in. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess the jump was the way to go because he was always going to hit it. The kick, he could have missed that one. So, although there wasn't really a natural escape route possible, it was the way to go, and this result he'll be happy with. Now, can Joshua hit this or even make it? Hit it. Ooh, almost banked it. Wry smile from Joshua there. So the bank is on, but you have to hit. You'd rather hit the bank a little bit harder because you have to roll it now at such a slow speed that it becomes a bit of an awkward kind of half stroke, which is not easy to execute, and you might miss the bank on the wide side. See that? Yeah, and I can tell you, had he hit the cue ball a little bit harder, that bank would have hit the rail a bit harder and it would have come straighter out. But position on the 3 from this jump shot, far from easy. Ooh. Beautiful there, and now the 3 in the side is a possibility with this cue ball where it is. So Joshua Filler on the comeback trail here, trying to square things up at 4 racks apiece, and that's pretty good coming from a 4-1 deficit in an alternate break. format. So ultimately the players are trying to, like tennis, trying to win the games that they break and trying to steal games where their opponent is breaking. Now, of course, if you're breaking and running out, the opponent never comes to the table, so sometimes you're a little bit reliant on the player not breaking and running out. So Sanjin back to the table for game number 9. We are at the halfway point. Let's see if things are developing into a runaway victory for either of these players, or if things are going to remain tight. So like this, Sanjin's break, but now forced to play the jump shot because it's the highest percentage shot available. Of course, 2 ball nicely near the 1 ball, so position might be very obtainable. It's favorite to make this. Beauty. And he's got the perfect angle to roll the 2 ball in and follow his cue ball back to where the balls are racked. We're fairly straight in position on the pink 4 into the side. Nice audience here to witness this 9-ball pool final. Okay, so nice cut break, nice jump shot opening 1 ball, and now trying to keep control of the pattern that you envision. It's a bit straighter on the 7 ball than he pointed at, as you may have seen 10 seconds before that, but should still be alright. Alright, nice rack by Sanjin here to stem the Joshua Filler tide and win a rack of his own again. Can Joshua tie things up? Made the corner ball. It's definitely going to make the 3 points. Made the 2 ball. Ooh, but look at that 5-9. Does that 5 ball have a pocket? Is the 5-9 a combination into the side? Ooh, he's checking it now. Natural position by rolling the 1 ball in for the 3 ball in the same pocket. Nice. Still a bit of elevation he had to deal with there. Long bridge hand. The referee, as you may have seen there, holding his white glove up in the air, he's holding a stopwatch. So every time the player shoots a ball, their new 30-second time slot starts, within which they have to make the next shot. So the referee just highlighting, literally with his white glove, that the player new time period has started. Made the 1 ball, failed to make the corner ball, didn't make the 5 and 8 past the breaking line, so that's your 3 points right there. But 2 ball, I mean, two things he can do. He can guide the cue ball behind the orange 5 and bank his 2 rails back to the other side of the table. Or there's a natural safety hit. If he hits the 2 on the left side half ball, he can guide his cue ball behind the 6-9. Judging from his low aiming, he's going to go for my first option. Wow. Very nicely done. Or did he get a full ball snooker? Ooh, we may have left him a piece. And Joshua going for the slight swerve. Trying to bank the 2 back down to his side. Ooh, they got hit it a little bit too full. Got the double kiss. Ooh, disappointment here. So, no clusters. Play the 2-8 combo, you'd imagine, to start, to clear the pocket for the orange 5 later on. So the quick left-handed switch by Sanjin there. So Sanjin doing a great job of really not letting Joshua get into kind of like a Joshua flow, where basically you're playing second fiddle to his headlining act. And that's how he blows opponents away as well. Sanjin playing very well. I mean, what's mistakes that Sanjin has made? I can't really remember him missing any ball. You know, had to make a few jump shots. But has played great position. Made good pots. Kept his obvious nerves fairly well in check. But of course, this is only the halfway point of a race to 9. And we're going to get closer to finding out who takes the European 9-ball title 2021. Ooh, a bit too much left spin on his cue ball there. Shake of the head by Sanjin. So, a lot more aiming quality required than he would have desired. Should be able to draw his cue ball back to the right rail and back out for position on the 7. That's good enough. Beauty. So Sanjin keeping things on serve. Remember, he started the match and he will also be breaking the balls should we get to a final rack 8-8 situation. Joshua to break the balls next, trailing 6 racks to 5. So looking to make the orange 5 bottom right and the 1 ball in the side, or either. Made both. 2 ball. It's cuttable in the side, no clusters. I think he's going to bank it and hold his cue ball. Nice. So within 1 shot, the whole rack open, cue ball under control, ideal angle. Can roll this 3 ball in because he's kind of got position on the 4 ball all the way like this. Now can roll this with top left, or he can stun it with about 3 o'clock and bring his cue ball around 3 rails. Nice. I mean, it feels like it's only been about 20 seconds since he broke the balls, and here we are in the end game of this rack. in that respect. I mean, he doesn't always do it anymore, but Joshua almost feels like a Tony Drago-esque pool player, you know, that quick, that effective, not wasting any time, or not, you know, never aiming too long, never in doubt, really. Such secure putter of the ball. Here we go. 6-all. Both these players need 3 games to win the title. Sanjin to break. He's breaking from the other side. And then Joshua made the corner ball. Now the fact that he didn't make the 1 ball usually means that the 1 ball then goes to that side of the table. And then you can kind of play position on the 1 ball. So you're kind of hoping more to make the corner ball rather than the 1 ball, because then you're reliant on a wild rolling 2 ball that you don't know where it rolls to. Whereas the 1 ball, you kind of know if you don't make it, it's going to go to this pocket, or if in Joshua's case, if he breaks from the other side of the table, it would end up on the left bottom pocket. Alright, so we've still got a 5-6 situation here. Alright, but that, if he gets that position on the 4 ball, then he can naturally roll his position, his cue ball, back to where it is now, kind of for position on the 5. So pretty smart play by Sanjin so far, looking to find how he can get back to that 5 ball in a natural way. Doesn't want to roll down too far. Alright, it's pointing there, but I think he might have to go 3 rails to go there now, because his angle, he's got more angle on the 4 than he sketched beforehand. And his cue ball reaction might naturally already be wider than he anticipated. No, I think he's going to go 1 rail, a bit of check side, so trying to straighten his cue ball up after this first rail. Don't go down too far. He's got a shot. I think you have to say, as a player, you would have accepted this had you been presented with this shot on the 5 ball beforehand. But now has to guide his cue ball around the 7, 8, 9, 3 rails, and then back out to the center of table. So his cue ball is going to hit the left long rail halfway up the top half, and then with a bit of right spin, but make the 5, of course, first of all. Have we had a missed ball? I can't remember one. Did Joshua miss one? Huh. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? In the final of a European Championship, and I haven't seen one missed pot. Wow. And what an impressive performance by Sanjin so far. I mean, he could have, you know, could have wilted, could have cracked, could have had a slow start because of nerves, but I mean, he's been powering on, kept his cool, kept his composure, you know, kept executing well in a technical sense, in a tactical sense. Impressive, right? Perfect position on the 9, beauty. Wow, 7-6 pound for Sanjin. Joshua to break, and he better reply well, or else it's going to be 8-6 to Sanjin. Sanjin has never trailed in this match. So made 1 ball. Oh, no, didn't make a ball. Ooh. And only the 6 and 7 passed the breaking line, so Sanjin could theoretically give this table back if he doesn't like it enough. So no, well, you could cut the one ball in bottom left. That's an extreme cut. Of course, a lot of balls to hide behind, but what's the best way? What's the safest way? Whew, that's flirting with the edge of the ravine there. Now, can Joshua see this one ball? Then what though? How are you going to get the cue ball? So he's going to maybe guide the cue ball back down to where it is now, off of the top short rail. Left spin. Ooh! Ooh! Whoa, 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 what happened there? That was unexpected. Made Gunther Geisen smiling in the background. Wow, unexpected situation. Of course, you gotta count on he's gonna hit this 2 ball, but can kind of only bank it to the north side of the table, really. How can he hit it full on and hold his cue ball there? Oh, made the 4 ball. I think that was something that he imagined could have happened. Wow. So now, faced with this long half ball cut, Sanjin laughing there. I mean, nerves are going to be more and more ever present in the bodies of these players. Battling for the title. What a shot on the 2 ball here. Wow. And now he's definitely snookered. What a rack so far. So he can kick it. He can make it in the side pocket, or at least play it safe, but don't hit it too hard. I mean, it is a cuttable shot. Otherwise, there isn't really much Sanjin can do. Banking it to the other side of the table will kind of make his cue ball roll dangerously towards the corner pocket and go in off. Yeah, there's really not really a productive option possible. I mean, you could split the balls, meaning hit the 3 ball on the right side and try to bring the 3 ball to the left long rail and the cue ball to the other left long or right long rail. But he's better off trying to cut this in, I think. Although position on the 5 far from guaranteed. Overcut it. Ooh, so has his chance to take an 8-6 lead gone with this overcutting of the 3 ball. Beautiful position by Joshua there. Really wasn't easy. Needed a lot of speed control. The direction was always going to be somewhat like this. Right, so we're about to have, if Joshua slices this 7 ball in down the rail, 7-all score line, race to 9. Yes, here we go. Joshua on the 9 ball. Just adding the extension to his cue. Bit of too much of a stretch otherwise for a left-hander. Here we go. 7-all. Sanjin to break though. And he's been breaking very well. Trying to make the red 3 in the corner. And the yellow in the side. Focus. And looking for the touch. Oh, beautiful. Made both balls. Now looking for position on the blue too. He's got it. Great break, especially under that pressure. Now it wants to be pretty straight on the pink 4 because it doesn't want the cue ball to move too much for position on the 5. So long 2 ball, I'm not sure if he can hold it. Yeah, he has to draw it back ever so slightly. So it's going to be interesting to check Sanjin's body movement here. Alright, bit of a loose cue ball. But it's actually pretty good position here. We'll try to stop his cue ball as much as he can. It might tilt ever so slightly to the left because he's not dead straight on this 4 ball. Might even stun it, deliberately hit it a bit harder, stun it into the rail it's closest to and back out to where the 4 ball is now. Ooh, that's close to the rail. So now naturally his cue ball will, after hitting the 5, will roll straight into that rail and then straight back out to the area where the balls are racked. But that's not ideal and don't really want to be elevating on this shot. So is he going to bring it back to the left side of the table? I think he will. Wow, what a shot. I mean, that's impressive execution. Minimal elevation, but still getting a bit of backspin action. I've been very impressed by Sanjin here. And this is a nice rack to be running out at 7-all in the final. Ooh. Should be able to draw his cue ball back for a straight in shot on the black 8. As Joshua looks on, he knows this is in. Of course, it'll be Joshua to break. So Sanjin might still not have a save in rack number 16. Should he go to Hill, it'll be Sanjin breaking, remember. Alright, I think somebody else won the title. That's why Sanjin's asking for a bit more time. That's why the ref has got his hand up in the air. So we're just waiting for the appreciative noise to die down from for the ladies' final being finished on the adjacent table. And here we go. Sanjin to take himself, needing only 1 rack for his maiden European Championship title. There we go. What a beautiful run out, have to say. Beautiful break. Good correctional shot on from the 5 to the 6. Joshua made the corner ball, made the 1 ball. Ooh, cue ball almost got kissed into the corner. As things stand, he's got a shot. Has he got a shot on the 3? Well, I mean, judging from disappointing body movement there, doesn't seem like it. I mean, there must be a mini swerve or a mini jump. Should do the trick. Of course, wants to play position on the pink 4 after. Whew. Yeah. Jump cue out. I think he might jump his cue ball after making the 3 into the 5 to hold it for position on the pink. So he does. Wow. What a final. Still, I can't remember a ball missed. That's incredible. So pretty thin cut here, but his cue ball will zigzag from right to left and back out to the right side probably. Yeah. So pretty ideal line. Bit more angle than he wanted, but can naturally rolls cue ball up table, back down table. Ooh, this is not so good, because now it's impossible to avoid hitting the 9 ball after making the brown 7. And it's, if he's able to hit it, oh. Yeah, so wants to hit it very thin, and then he's going to play it with right spin. Phew. Oh, he's looking at all kinds of options with right spin, left spin. Maybe with right spin he might make the 9. And wants to bring his cue ball back up to the center of table at least. Okay, so this is actually what he played for. Not many people would have played to leave yourself this cut on the 8. Maybe only Jason Shaw and Joshua Filler would leave these kinds of cuts, being confident of going to make it. Wow. So this 8 to stay alive in the final, or else it's all over. Oh. Oh. Definitely overcut. Did he even hit the 8 on the way down? Ooh, so 2 balls for Sanjin's title. Smiling, but, I mean, smiling is good, but I don't think it's a relaxed smile per se. Now he's smiling because he thinks if he makes the black into the corner, his cue ball is going to scratch into the side. And if he makes it in the side, then his cue ball is going to run wild. So he's going to try to play it with top left spin. Alright, Sanjin made the 8, and what a celebration already. But this cue ball is still stuck on the rail. I mean, don't celebrate too early. Alright, so Sanjin, this 9 ball to take the European Championship title 2021, his first one. What a battle. Oh, body movement. Oh no! That must have been the straightest 9 ball missed in a 9 ball championship final. Ooh, we are going to a final rack decider, but look at the, I mean, what these players must be feeling. Joshua, back from the brink of defeat. Sanjin asking for a timeout. Both players haven't had a timeout in my recollection. Alright, Joshua, sportsmanlike, walking over, almost can't believe it, knew that his chances were kind of gone, and he should have been in a situation where he was about to accept the silver medal. But, I mean, for anybody playing or any kind of game, don't celebrate unless you have an unmissable 9. Of course, he was so happy in making that 8 ball. He didn't even wait. He knew he was going to get a shot on the 9 ball. But this cue ball that close to the rail. Ugh. Of course, he would have normally never missed that. But what disappointment Sanjin has to get over in this next few seconds and execute this cut break. Final rack. There can only be one winner, and somebody's going to be very disappointed. Sanjin to break though. Here we go. Trying to make the corner ball and the 1 ball, or the 1 ball. Excellent execution of the cut break. But that's an illegal break. Because he only made the corner ball and only the 1 ball past the breaking line, so only 2 points collected. Oh, Joshua will be smelling blood here. like a predatory animal. Wow. And Joshua actually knew that this angle on the 2-ball would suffice in him rolling the cue ball straight down into the rail and back out for position on the pink. Wow. Smart play by Joshua there. Didn't make it too difficult. Trusted the natural cue ball reaction there. Straight in shot for the 5. Oh, why not draw it back for the side pocket? Ooh, it's going to be bridging over the 9 here. Never easy. And I almost try to overcut these balls sometimes, because sometimes they miss on the thick side. Oh, 4 balls for the ultimate disappointment for Sanjin to really kick in. I mean, imagine, well, just imagine Sanjin's situation. Having the title up for grabs and basically decide to leave it on the floor and give it away to Joshua Filler. These 3 balls. Perfect cannon on the 8. Now he's not celebrating, he's just sighing relief. Wow, this 9 into the side. And he's not celebrating, as you can see, so there's no elation, no letting go of emotion yet. He's just preparing for this 9 ball. Keeping himself calm, unlike Sanjin. Yes. Joshua Filler takes the 9 ball title 2021. Oh, how is Sanjin going to get over this? Wow. Well, we thank you for watching, and I can trust that you've enjoyed this, as he gets the congratulations from Gunther and from Pia and from Lars, also a German team player. Joshua Filler, European 9-ball champion 2021. Sanjin Pehlivanovic, silver medal winner. And at the moment, that is not even a slight consolation. We thank you for watching the Billiard Network. Check out the library with our other matches, which are quite incredible, really. A lot of tight game finishes, quality, world-class pool, always on the Billiard Network. My name has been Rico, and I appreciate your company. Let us know your comments, your thoughts, where you're watching this from, and who you'd like to watch next. Ciao.